What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of This Dope Cooking Show. Hey, look, we creeping up on these episodes. We getting up there, guys. So, hey, look, I appreciate you guys for tuning in week after week. Tuesdays at 5:30. Call your friends, tell a friend to tune in. Tuesdays at 5:30, and then go to This Dope Cooking Show, all one word, on YouTube. This Dope Cooking Show. Like, comment, and subscribe. I got some comments, and I'm gonna comment back. And thank you for the pointers and the tips and pointing out some of the obvious things from last week's episode. I appreciate that. It's all part of learning and growing my channel, learning and growing this Dope Cooking Show. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everything you're saying. I'm gonna make sure that I put the camera in the right place. This week I got a trash can and not a bag on the floor that I missed. The paper towel just laid there. Like, I'll be catching some of the stuff myself. So look, it's me and you. We in this thing together. We like this, all right? We locked in. Ain't no switching up. So hey, welcome to today's episode. We are going to do some teriyaki ribs. I learned about teriyaki ribs with my mama. My mama cooked them one time when we were kids. And we was like, what's this? What is it? But we hadn't had ribs that were like put in the oven. We had them from on the barbecue pit, on the grill. So she made them in the oven this time with teriyaki sauce on it. All right. Loved it. So today, in my Saturday, I had to do some meal prep for some people. I still do meal prep. I never forget where I come from. I never stop doing meal prep. Chef Jeff still does meal prep. Get at me if you need it, because I got you. So I was in the store doing some meal prep, and the ribs was on sale. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna barbecue some ribs. And then I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna do some teriyaki ribs. And for me, because I am who I am, anything semi-oriental, Chinese, Japanese, any of that, gotta have some fried rice. That's just who I am. That's just how I think. I put fried rice with it. I'm from St. Louis. We call it chinamen. Y'all call it fried rice. We don't have rice and we don't have peas and carrots in our rice. And it's darker. It's made different. So I kind of got the gist of some of the technique, and I know how to make it how I like it. So I'm going to do that. So we're going to have some teriyaki ribs, and we're going to do some St. Louis style fried rice. Now, I got all the ribs was on sale. So I got oink and I got moo. I got beef and I got pork. Sometimes, it just goes. I know some of y'all are like, you eat pork. Hey, I like what I like, okay? I'm not discriminating against you and what you like. I like pork, and I'm going to try these beef. I'm going to try the beef and see how it comes out. So we're going to get those. I have already some, before y'all got here, I had to get started on that, right? So before y'all got here, I marinated the pork, and I marinated the beef separately. Let's keep it clear. Marinated them separately in teriyaki sauce. Now, my teriyaki sauce that I use is the chinamen teriyaki sauce base and glaze. Hold on, I'm going to show you. This is the one I use, right? I use this one, and I add brown sugar to mine. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha. Okay, so look, some teriyaki sauce has a sweet, bitter taste to it, some of it, and it's stronger and not as strong depending on the brand, right? So I like mine to be the same across the board, but I needed quite a bit of teriyaki sauce. So I used this, got 2 of these. And then of course I got the regular teriyaki sauce that looks like soy sauce. I got that. I mixed that in there with some brown sugar, stirred it up, right? I did about a cup of brown sugar. And so that depends on you, how sweet you like it. Like I met a person that was like, I don't like sweet meats, so it's not gonna work for me. So if you're a person that doesn't like sweet meats, you kind of just want to go with what's in the bottle, right? No problem with that. But if you like it a little sweeter, want to knock that bitter taste off of it, go ahead and put some brown sugar in with it. So I put a cup of brown sugar in with mine, mixed it up, whisked it up real good, and then I put my meat in it. So We are gonna be ready to go. I'm not playing. Like we finna eat good again this Tuesday because we're here on what? This dope cooking show. We showed up to cook, we showed up to eat, and that's what we're gonna do. So I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, Nelly and all of that, and just that's my upbringing. I've been in St. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. My parents originate from Kinloch, Missouri. So yes, my daddy and my mama knows Jennifer Lewis. Um, my mama grew up at First Baptist Church of Kinloch. Rest in peace, Pastor Atkins, which is now First Baptist Church of Florissant, First Baptist Kinloch in Florissant, right? So they moved on up. And now my dad is the pastor of Second Baptist Church. Yeah, Second Baptist Church, where Dr. Earl Miller was the pastor previously, and like that church has a whole history and all of that. But I mean, a lot of people, a lot of my family originated out of Kinloch. I think I still got one auntie that still lives in Kinloch, right? Kinloch is historic. It's part of St. Louis's history, and I'm proud to be, part of them people that were part of that history. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm a St. Louis kid, but I move, I'm salt better. My biggest thing now is how will people remember your name, right? How will people remember you when your bloodline ends? How will people remember you when timelines end? Timelines end. Friends, loved ones, the timeline, the time here on this earth comes to an end at some point. And so in 2024, my thought process is how will people remember your name? How will people remember my name? You'll remember my name because I'm Chef Jeff from This Dope Cooking Show. But outside of that, so little tidbit of just a rant. So yeah, I grew up St. Louis, Missouri, went to Hazelwood East High School, graduated class of 2000, the best class ever to walk the halls of Hazelwood East High School. We ain't even got to talk about it. You ain't got to say nothing. You don't have to comment. You don't have to say nothing. It's the best class ever. Ever. Class of 2000. Stand up. Close second with class of 99. And 2001, they was cool too. But class of 2000, the best one. Hands down. Because I was in it. No, for real. But there were some really dope people in my high school graduating class. Like really dope folks. Just all around. We had fun in school. I mean, of course, like okay. Hazelwood East was one of the schools that was known for football, wrestling, all of the sports. Some of my friends, stupid good at sports. I was in it till I had a car accident and broke my ankle, and then like I had to find a different path. Like it just wasn't going to happen for me, and that's cool. Sometimes that timeline ended. But a lot of dope people came out of Hazelwood East. A lot of dope people came out of Hazelwood East. Just Google it. So people try to jug at us. People try to joan at us, saying that Hazelwood East ain't have no walls. So of course Hazelwood East didn't have no walls, but we still went there and we had a ball and we was dope. They got walls now and they have like since redesigned the school and it don't look nothing like it did when I was there. But when I was there, Student Street was popping, and it depended on what lunch shift you was on, the first one or the third one or the second one. But I was on like all of them until like my junior year where I was like a co-op student. I would leave and go get people fried rice and come back. I would leave and go get people steak and shake, come back because I had a car. I was supposed to be going to work, but I wasn't going to work. But anyway, I learned my hustle. I learned to hustle early. And I tried to legitimately hustle. Folks would give me gas money or they would buy my lunch. I would go get their food and I would bring it back to school. Hey, everybody's winning. No harm, no foul. Yeah. So I went to high school at the East. I worked at the Palace skating rink. Everybody went to the Palace. If you didn't go to the Palace, you went to Saints or you went to Skate King. But I mean, the Palace that was it for North County kids. And some of the city kids would come out there too. But the Palace was the hot spot skating rink. They had lock-ins, concerts. I remember Twister had a concert there on the skating rink floor. Another piece of history, right? I worked there. My brother was the owner of Ink Doctor Tattoo Studios. Now he has since transitioned to another studio that he owns called Pricks out of Mid Rivers Mall, killing it out there. The only, I mean, I don't know no other tattoo shops that's in the mall making history, right? So this is a little bit about my people. I mean, we go deeper than that. I mean, I got cousins that go to McClure, went to McClure North, graduated from McClure North. I think it's a McClure Berkeley South High School. We got cousins go there. The Gilliard family runs deep. We run deep. Side note, Clarence Gilliard from Walker, Texas Ranger, kin folks, related. Just want to say that out loud. Is related. You know, we got proof documentations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, my dad is, I think he had like 10 sisters. So, like, it was deep. We deep. So, like, you don't want deep problems. Man, enough rant. I'm just going on and on. So, look, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this meal for the night. We're going to start prepping. So, in St. Louis fried rice, you have the bases. You got rice, Brussels sprouts, green onion, white onion, and egg. Depending on where you go, depending on how you like it, you getting Brussels sprouts for sure, and onions and eggs. Green onions, depending on where you go. Every part of the city has a different look of fried rice. So when I first moved to Texas, I was doing fried rice out of my house. I learned how to do it good enough for the people that live down here would come and order from me. You know, I had to make a living. I had to make a hustle. So that was the way that I kind of made ends meet when I first moved down here, because I wasn't really too familiar with anything other than the job that I had at the time. And that wasn't enough. So you got to do what you got to do. And what I did was I started selling fried rice out of my house. So I would do fried rice, St. Paul sandwiches. What is a St. Paul? I'm glad you asked me. A St. Paul is for people that don't know, the easiest way I can explain it to you is it's an omelet on bread. Let your mind run with that. Also, if you've ever had egg foo young, it is an egg foo young patty on bread. So you can get those from the Holy Box when it's out. Just want to throw that in there, shameless plug. And then I would do, I started doing egg foo young and rice. I would do fried rice. I would do the St. Paul sandwiches, egg rolls, crab ragoon. Any given Saturday, my house, the living room of my house or the family room of my house would be a waiting room. People sitting around the wall, like waiting on their food, calling their head. Like we would start sometimes on Fridays, definitely Saturday all day till I ran out. I just got so tired I couldn't stand, and making fried rice. And that's what we did as a family down here when we first moved here, to, you know, kind of get those ends to meet, get that ball rolling. So I never stopped doing it. I just stopped doing it to the public because it kind of got crazy. Folks was like, nah, he ain't from St. Louis. Well, yes, I am. I'm just from North County. I'm from Kinloch. I'm from Ferguson, Florissant. Like, I hung around in those areas. So I went to different Chinese places. And so what I experienced was different from people that lived in the city, people that lived on the south side, west side, wherever you were from. And when I moved down here, the question I would always ask them, like, well, what part of St. Louis you from? Right? Because that would mean like maybe your rice was darker from retirement, or you had bean sprouts, or you were able to get duck. This all depends, right? So I wasn't really into nothing but chicken fried rice, St. Paul, and crab ragoons. That's my order. Chicken St. Paul, half order chicken fried rice, crab ragoon, occasionally an egg roll. Boom. 10 minutes, come pick it up. I used to go to China King. I used to go to China Wok. And then there was Peking. Those was my three. Them three I used to go to. So yeah, that's how I got started. So we're going to get into this. We're going to do a little bit of prepping for fried rice. It's a lot of prep. And that was another reason why I kind of stopped doing it. Oh, let me not forget. Ron's Black Fried Rice. Ronald Gunn. I went to school with Ronald Gunn. Ronald Gunn, he came out before me. But Ronald Gunn has a food truck. And he does fried rice. He got the game and gone with it. Ron's Black Fried Rice. And everybody that I've heard talk about it say it's good. I mean, he been out on the radio, on TV. He at the clubs with it. Definitely doing his thing. shout out to Ronald Gunn, because when I released the Holy Box for the first time, he called me the next day and was like, "How was it?" Out the blue. Never knew that he was watching me build it. Never knew that he was like really interested in the build, because I built the first one in my driveway. It was a bus and I flipped it. And we talked for hours. We talked for hours about food trucking and just things, just how the industry is. And it was enlightening, also, and like encouraging as well, because you don't really meet many chefs that will sit down, or many chefs that you could chop it up with, that ain't trying to be better than you, right? Ronald Gunn is always trying to enlighten people, always trying to build black men, black people up. He's always trying to do that. And so I hope that he just blows it out the water. He's already killing it. And like I said, everybody that has had it loves it. And I cannot wait to go home so I can get some. He got a pull-up service. Oh, don't you worry. When I hit St. Louis again, we're gonna pull up, we're gonna have some round black fried rice. For sure. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. All right, guys, we back. And so, like I said, during this video, if you're watching this, somebody's gonna say, "Well, no, that ain't how so and so do it," and it's not. I'm proud of that. That's cool. Like I said, I do it the way I like to do it. You know what I mean? Everybody don't like it the way I like it. I like it the way for the flavor that I'm looking for. And for this particular case, you gotta kind of know what you kind of halfway doing, right? I've seen videos and people have showed, how they do their fried rice. And go for it. You know what I mean? That's cool. I have no problem with that. It's really not a right or wrong. It's really just what you like. And this is what I like. So for me, I'm not a big bean sprouts fan. I don't really like them. I like them in my St. Paul, but I don't really like them. So I'll eat them if they in the St. Paul, but I don't want them in my rice. So we're gonna stick to this. We're gonna keep it simple. So we got our day old rice, right? Because you're supposed to have day old rice. You don't really have to, but I mean, they say you're supposed to. So I'm following as close around as I possibly could to what I've heard. So the day old rice. We got some onions. We got eggs. I mean, I'm not really an egg person, but for the sake of this, I will. And then green onions. We're gonna get them going. Of course, always wash your stuff. Wash your vegetables. Wash your stuff. Because we showed on the cooking them greens how that water came out green and it looked like it had stuff in it. So anyway, make sure you wash your vegetables. Never cannot not wash your vegetables enough. So the onion has been washed. Green onions have been washed. And so we're gonna put them up. So this is part of the prep right here, guys. So this is it as far as mine goes, right? So we're gonna put all these few ingredients to the side, and we'll come back and we'll get that all switched up. But we're gonna go ahead and get our ribs in the oven. So I'm gonna show y'all how we did those. Like I said, my mama did this recipe and I've been hooked ever since, right? Like I don't know where she got that from back then. Like I don't know if places were available to. I don't know what I'm gonna have to ask her where she got that recipe from. But these are the ingredients that we're gonna use for our fried rice. But we got a day old rice over there. I prepped it yesterday. Had to. That's what I heard now. That's just what I heard. So we got our day old rice. We got our ingredients there. So we set up. We got our prep right there. So imagine doing this times like 100. So I would have like a giant roasting pan full of rice. 2 giant roasting pans full of rice. I would have eggs everywhere. Onions everywhere. My house smelled like onions because I was cutting so many onions and stuff like that. So, man, we were grinding every week, every Saturday. And I did that for probably about like a year and a half. Every Saturday or so, I would do Chinese food, Chef Jeff Chinamen or whatever here in Texas. And it did well until it didn't. So, but let's wash our cutting board, move these ingredients out the way, and then we'll go and we'll pull out our meat and get those things ready. So we got our oven heating up to 350. And also, we're gonna go ahead and pull this guy back out. Ooh, gonna go ahead and pull that pressure cooker out. We're gonna do the beef in that one. So I don't know when they hit the game, but these pressure cookers, man, look, this pressure cooker is something serious. And one of the kitchen gadgets that I keep on the counter, I really don't put it up because every once in a while I get a hankering for some soup or something like that. I do soups in this. I do, oh man, vegetables. Definitely do all my stewed meats in this, and it goes without fail. Now this is an off brand. I caught it at one of the Indian shops down here for like $25. Can't beat it, and it's still ticking. So yeah, we're gonna get to it. So these are the two devices we're using this week. We're gonna put our oink in the oven, and we're gonna put our moo in here. So we're putting our pork ribs in the oven. We're gonna wrap them in a minute, and then we're gonna put our beef ribs in here, and we're gonna let them slow cook. All right, guys. So look, we're gonna get started with these beef ribs. Get the moo first. And so, like I said, they had already been seasoned and marinating. And I went on ahead and marinated them so that way we could go ahead and get them started and not having to wait. So with doing ribs in the Instapot, in the Instapot, I stand the ribs up. I'm gonna show you how they look in a minute, but I'm gonna go, and it's okay to go ahead and put all that cheese and all that juice in there with them ribs. Okay, I'm gonna show you what they look like in just a second. I heard the comment last week. I walked away from the camera and I didn't show y'all but I'm washing my hands. I'm a chef. Of course I wash my hands and I go through a lot of paper towels, right? Okay, guys. So look, this is how I put mine in the Instapot. I put them in the Instapot just like this. I stand them up. They gonna stand there. They gonna cook, and then they gonna fall down. So it's gonna be good to go. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and get these in our Instapot. See my trash can? We're gonna go ahead and get these in the Instapot and get them started. So let me also show you all on mine. Whatever I'm doing, it's got a few buttons, a few settings, right? And that's cool. You can use that, but I kind of find one general setting to do everything. So I threw them in there and I hit pressure cook, hit start, and it's gonna go until it don't. Okay, check it out. We got our oink. We got our pig, our pork ribs ready to go in to the pan. And like I said, I didn't do a lot of these because I just didn't want to. I only did a little bit. So them ribs was on sale, and I got them for sure. You can believe that. You can believe I got them ribs. So I'm gonna put them. So I'm gonna put them in the oven with most of the meat side down, bone facing up. Just because I want to go ahead and start cooking and getting tender right away. Also, don't go ahead and put that on in there. Don't put that teriyaki sauce in there and cover them ribs up, right? Because we're going in the oven with these, right? So we need a little bit more liquid than the Instapot because we don't want it to dry out, and then we don't want it to start getting hard. I mean, because there's brown sugar in the teriyaki sauce, we don't want it to. We don't want that sugar to start burning. So we're gonna put half a cup of water in that pan. Then we're gonna cover it with some aluminum foil. Like seriously, like Reynolds wrap. Like we're not doing nothing fancy. Cover it with some aluminum foil and let it go for I'm gonna let it go for 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, and then I'll check it. Right. And so once we check it, I'm gonna turn those ribs over, and then we'll put them back in. All right, so this is it, guys. We got the beef in the Instapot, and then we got the pork ribs going into the oven. We're gonna low cook them. So we coming on around with our ribs and rice. You know what I'm saying? We got all our ingredients prepped up for the rice. We got everything set aside. I gotta find my wok. I hope it's here. I don't quite remember what I did with it. When I moved over, I haven't used it since we moved to this location, but it's cool. If I can't find my wok, I'll just use a skillet because it can be done in the skillet too. Now, The wok is what gives it that flavor with the char flavor. I'm talking about the rice, right? So the wok is what gives it a char flavor because you have to cook it on high heat and cook it quick. Fried rice normally don't take about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes at the most. 3 minutes at the most. But that's done over high heat. So if you ever seen a wok station, you know that fire is key, and that's a key ingredient in a lot of that type of cooking, wok cooking. That the wok, the seasoning of the wok, and the heat. That's all the key ingredient. So we're gonna get them in the oven, and so what we're gonna do is put that away first. We gotta cut up that now. Put that away. Wipe our countertop down. Countertop. Now always remember sanitation when cooking. Some of my videos I noticed that like I didn't wipe the countertop off right away. But please believe that it is clean and sanitized and ready to be cleaned. So want to always make sure that you keep your countertops clean, keep them wiped. If you're not using a sanitizer of some type, you can always use a little bleach and water, but that'll mess up your tiles if you got pretty kitchen tiles. And so I don't want to mess up no tiles. I ain't trying to get in trouble. So we got a countertop wiped off. And if I can find my wok, which I'm not, I think it's here. I think I got two. I think I got one that I really like and one that I ain't too fond of. But anyway, we're gonna cook our rice on this guy. But yeah, old camping stove. That'll get that wok hot and it'll get it up to temperature where I can make a batch real quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time on the rice because it's pretty simple, right? One thing I do want to point out that is not in my fried rice, and I use this as a tool just to show people sometimes as I'm cooking and helping folks. I do not use this. I do not use that. That is just a problem waiting to have. And I just have this to show people like, hey, this is some of the things that I don't use, right? I haven't picked this up in I don't know how long, but this is called MSG, right? And I learned about it because my father gets migraines or used to get migraines. And the problem was, or the trigger for the migraine was MSG. So my dad would always order his rice. He would say, I want to order a special fried rice or order chicken fried rice, no MSG. And I never thought to ask him what MSG was until I got older and I had migraines. And so in having a conversation with him one time, he was like, man, you got to lay off the chips. You know, the chips got MSG. And I'm like, what is MSG? Monosodium glutamate. Can you see that? Monosodium glutamate. That is a trigger for a lot of high blood pressure, just overall, just bad, just all bad, right? And it's saying 60% less sodium than salt, but it's pretty much mostly sodium. So this chemical triggers my migraines. And I show people that so they can see that this is the only thing that's in it, monosodium glutamate. And it's 60 grams of sodium, nothing else. And that will trigger a migraine for me that'll put me down, like have to call off work for at least 3 or 4 days. Like can't see, my eyes hurt, my head hurts, sensitive to sound. If you've ever had a migraine, you know the intensity of it and the intense pounding, excruciating pain. But for me, my father and my bloodline, my people that experience migraines, it's because we have eaten this somewhere. Something has this in it. And I mean, people put it on burgers, meat, all kind of stuff to get a flavor out of it, but it's not worth it. It is not worth it. There are other things that you can use outside of this, and so my rice will not have this in it. And I know that Ron's black fried rice, he doesn't use it either, and that's one thing I like about him. He used fresh ingredients. He used mostly natural ingredients to get his rice the flavor that he's looking for. So that's why I say support that brother. But yeah, that's what I learned growing up. You know, getting older, you learn things. You learn about your body. You learn what, triggers high blood pressure, when triggers things, causes cancer, or causes things to lead to the cause of cancer. And I just have tried to be overall healthy, to a point where I kind of know my body is reacting to something I ate, something I had, or something. Because I'm allergic to shellfish, and that's a hell of an allergy, because shellfish is just stuff people don't really even know about. So you just sometimes have to go on an investigation and find out for yourself, in order to keep yourself healthy. So that was another little rant of mine. But anyway, we'll let our meats cook, and then we'll make our fried rice. And yeah, we're gonna have some ribs and rice this week. Keeping it simple, but yet gonna be dope. Back in a minute. What's up, guys? So we back. So look, we got our wok heating up. I had to go get it. I had left it. So this is one of the last few woks I had left from when I was doing it out of my house. Man, let me tell you, that was something. So that was a time where, look, we were really just trying to make it happen. So key to this method is making sure that the wok is hot. The wok is hot. The wok is hot. No. And then making sure that you're ready. It ain't gonna take long once the wok get hot, once the oil heat up, it ain't gonna take long at all. So it's one of those quick processes. We're gonna start with egg. We're gonna hit the egg, then we're gonna hit the see, I normally do mine in a different order. I normally make the eggs first, and I do it off to the side by itself. And then I just add the eggs in towards the end. But this time I'm gonna do it different. So hey, you're gonna go with me on this one, right? Cool. So we're gonna start with the egg. Then we're gonna hit it with the rice. We're gonna get the rice going. Then we'll throw the onions in there and let them finish. And then we'll go from there. So it's gonna be a quick process. We're gonna do it really quick. It might be some fire, some sparks or whatever, because you gotta let this wok get hot. You gotta let it get hot. That is the key to it all. And as you can see some smoke coming off of it now. I got a little bit of oil in there as a little tester. So yeah, you gotta let that wok get hot. So we're gonna get the wok hot. We're gonna get into it. And we're gonna use vegetable oil, a little bit of sesame seed oil, and what is the and soy sauce. And that's it. And we're gonna make it happen. So let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So here we go, guys. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Oil roll around in there a little bit. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Hey, right here, this is where you want to mess up. You don't want to mess up nothing. You hear me? So we're gonna go with our egg. Got our egg going. All right, egg mostly done. Then we're gonna go with our onion. Rice right after that. Right? And there it is. We're gonna get to it just like that. So you got egg in there, you got your rice. And you mixing it up. Never stop mixing it. Okay? Never stop mixing it. And get that fire in there. The fire gonna keep us going. Boom. Get a flip in there too. And shoot, we almost done. Just that quick. We almost done. We got a couple of more things to add. And shoot, we in there. St. Louis style fried rice. That's how I do it. Now, I mean, we just, we're gonna let it go. Just like that. Just a little bit of sesame seed oil. Boom. Pure sesame seed oil. Just a little bit. There. Boom. Let's that on that. Boom. Keep going. Keep it stirring. Yeah. Got your onions in there. You got your egg. We is making it happen, guys. Just that quick. Just that quick. I'm gonna go ahead, hit them with a few of the green onions right there. I like green onions in my rice. So we got egg, onion, green onion. All right. And as you can see, that rice get the popping and moving around. You got to keep moving, keep stirring it. Right? That our key ingredient. Yeah. Here's the thing. Where I'm from, depending on who you know where you're from, and all of that, that is gonna determine how dark your rice gonna be. And that is really one of the main factors of this whole thing, how dark your rice gonna be. Because people in the city, they rice be almost black. And they saying the people in the county rice, they rice ain't right because it ain't dark enough. So it just all depends on where you from in St. Louis. And for me, this right here, this it. That's dark enough for me. And yeah, man. Now, some people got that little thing they tap on the little, I don't need all that. And believe it or not, when I started doing this, I had a regular old skillet. I had a regular skillet doing this. And I used that until I couldn't use it no more. Then I went and bought a wok. And then I didn't season that wok right. And oh, it was crazy. But here we go, guys. That's it. I'm gonna try to get in there and take a look at that St. Louis style fried rice on this dope cooking show. Here it is, folks. Check it out. Yep. So look, we got our ribs and stuff still cooking. We got our rice done. Do that flippy thing y'all be talking about. Do that flippy thing y'all chefs do. Here it is right here. Wow. Got our rice, guys. Back up off it. There it is. St. Louis style fried rice. This dope cooking show. All right, guys. So I wanted to show you we're at the halfway point here. And so I wanted to kind of let you see. I pulled those ribs out. Well, these are the pork ribs from the oven. I pulled them out and I turned them over. And then I hit them with a little bit of seasoning, and then we're going to put them right back in the oven and let them finish. Now, once they get to the point where they're finished, they're done, I'll pull them out the oven again, take the aluminum foil off, and then let them cook and kind of get a little more color on the top. I know y'all saying something about they don't look all the way done and all of that. That's okay. I'm going to show you when it's all the way finished, though. Right. All right, guys. So our beef teriyaki ribs are out of the pressure cooker. Look at that. Check that out. That was good, don't it? And our pork ribs are out of the oven. We're going to put them back in there and let them get a little more color. All right, guys. So check it out. We're going to do 2 different plate presentations today. So I had some leftover, not leftover, but I wanted to do a different rice other than the St. Louis style fried rice. So all I did was I put that in a cup and formed it. And then I took this steamed rice and I hit this with some yum yum sauce. So I know back in St. Louis, we had sweet and sour sauce, and it's hard to get here in Texas. So this yum yum sauce is a good kind of like, it's nothing like sweet and sour sauce. It's nothing like what we had in St. Louis, but it'll do. Right? If you go to the hibachi grills, they'll give you yum yum sauce to go with your fried rice. So this is what they use. Look, we got our beef ribs with our white rice, our yum yum sauce. Then we got that St. Louis style fried rice. And I finished these with a little sauce. I found a teriyaki glaze that I really, really like. And I just want to finish it with that. So that'll be our oink and our moo. But these are our pork teriyaki ribs. And these are our beef teriyaki ribs. And the sauce that I use to finish everything off with is this Kinder's teriyaki sauce and glaze. It's really good. I like Kinder's products, and this is one of my favorite that I like to use. So here it is, guys. This dope cooking show. I'm getting ready to eat one of these. I don't know which one I want, but they both about to get ate. Trust and believe. I'll holler at y'all next week. Chef is out.